Alright, in this video segment we're going to discuss the validation procedures for the registered breeding sheep validation process. The first thing that you want to do is obtain a copy of the original registration papers so that you can look and compare ownership dates and registration. The first thing is these individual Southdown papers on the back side is the transfer of ownership. Make sure that ownership is in the name of the individual that the animal is going to be validated under on the validation form. And you also want to check and compare the transfer date and make sure it is before the October 1 deadline for validation. The second thing you're going to do is, in this instance, American Southdown Breeders Association, the flock tag number is in the upper left hand corner, Hoover 58. You want to compare that with the flock tag of the animal. And here we have Hoover 58. So the next process in the registered breeding sheep validation is to place the validation issued RFID tag in the animal's ear. New this year in 2017, all sheep and goats will have this state validation tag placed in their ear. The Ear, Lamb, and Goat Validation Committee has the discretion to choose which ear that the breeding sheep will be tagged in. This is due to the fact that the animals will have a flock tag and a scrapies tag in their ear. In this particular instance, we're going to place the state-issued validation tag in the animal's right ear due to the fact that the flock tag is in the left ear. First, you want to clean the animal's ear out. Then you're going to place the tag in the inner 1/3 between the midribs of her ear. Gently or firmly press the tag, click it and pull it out, and then take your hand and make sure everything is in place. The next step in the registered breeding sheep validation process is to collect the DNA hair sample. First, you're going to compare the written RFID tag number that's on the hair collection envelope with the RFID tag that's in the animal's ear. You're going to take your pair of bent needle nose pliers, slide it underneath the hair on the hoof, and make a quick pull. Note the DNA hair follicle on the end of the hairs. You're going to place those into the envelope, taking about 4 pulls so you have 40 hairs complete with follicle in the envelope. Making sure to clean your pliers after each animal. The next step in the registered breeding sheep validation process is to take a nose print. You're going to want it to have 2 legible nose prints per card, and you're going to need 2 cards, one to turn in and one for your own records. First, you're going to take your paper towel and clean her nose thoroughly. Place the ink on her nose and get 2 legible nose prints per card. The other part to the breeding sheep validation program is the weather dam validation. The only difference that you're going to have in a weather dam as compared to the registered breeding sheep is a weather dam is going to have the county tattoo tattooed into their right ear. The other difference is if weather dams are going to the San Angelo Stock Show, they must have the TLBA ewe-lamb tag in their ear at time of validation to be placed on the validation form. The final step in the breeding sheep validation process is the validation form. You want to make sure that all the exhibitor's name is listed, and remember, breeding sheep can only have one individual exhibitor. Address, you want to make sure that the validation number, the RFID tag number, is completed. the animal's breed if it's a sheep, the registration number from the papers, TOBA number for weather dams, and tattoo number for weather dams. You want to make sure all signatures are complete at the bottom. You're going to attach a copy of the original registration papers to the back of the validation form and upload those papers to the online validation process.